Okay, here we are. Welcome to the Eric and Audra podcast. We are here. We are launching a brand new podcast. Welcome, Audra. Who are you?
I go second because I have the funny joke about what you say.
Oh, I go second. Listen, you got to improvise. You got to be flexible.
Whatever. I'm a person. I'm 42. I'm in Alabama, and I'm on statistically, technically speaking, the polar opposite of you.
Okay, that sounds pretty good. I am 52 years old. I am a white male, conservative, right-wing, Christian, Trump supporter. Got an engineering degree, bachelor's in mechanical from Auburn University, master's in aerospace from UAH. I have 2 decades of experience leading Sunday school at church, at a Southern Baptist church, missional communities, life groups, small groups, all the things. What do you got?
I'm atheist. I'm left wing. I'm a communist, socialist. I am married and childless. I'm unemployed, and I'm a caretaker for my mother, and I'm a psychology and art enthusiast, and I've been a dungeon master for 2 decades.
Ooh, that's hard to compete with. A dungeon master, if you will.
Yeah.
And you are, to me, I think of you as a renowned psychologist, even though technically you're unemployed and you've never worked as a psychologist. But you do.
I dabble.
You do very well understanding the psyche and mind of people in general, and that's actually one of the reasons I invited you to join me in this venture. I would actually say you're on caliber with Hannibal Lecter, if only you ate people.
I do not.
Okay. Well, that's actually good.
Yet.
But your skills with the mind are great. Did I mention my children's? I have 4 kids, married to my wife for 23 years now. So that rounds us about out. We're based here out of a small town called Huntsville, Alabama.
We just became the Rocket City.
Okay, here we are.
That's a lie. We've been the Rocket City forever.
Okay, we've probably, yeah, that's true. All right, why are we starting this podcast?
I agreed to do this with you because you are a very hopeful, optimistic, good person.
Okay.
And you've said yourself, like, you won't go out of your way to research stuff, or you don't like, it's not like a drive of yours to stay, like, into everything, but you don't understand what the conflict is between extreme right, extreme left point of view. And
Yes.
you wish it was more hashed out and centered and respectful.
Yes, definitely. My drive to start this really spun out of the recent Charlie Kirk assassination, which is absolutely horrific. And he was assassinated, obviously, for his political views. And very gifted debater, very logical positions on so many things. I was talking with my son. I've got a 17-year-old son, and about that. And I was like, and the question came up, why did he not like win over more people in his audience? And you got a comment about that?
I do. I don't think he was trying to win people over in his audience. I think the little bit I knew of him before he got assassinated, and things I saw after the fact that kind of reaffirmed what I already thought. He did a lot of gotcha kind of debates, and he would use semantics and word choice to kind of pigeonhole people into types of arguments, and then he could flip the table and be like, aha, gotcha. So he wasn't trying to convince them. He was more trying to show people how to narratively win the argument and reinforce his own base.
Exactly, to embolden, I guess, people already on the right, and empower them to have these type of conversations, and to let them feel that they're not alone. I think he did voice that to some degrees, probably his primary agenda, secondary to win people over, but nonetheless, with such logical debate and positioning. It's like, how come people didn't walk away sold? And my son answered it quickly. He said, you will never win over someone in a debate using logic when they have established their position with emotion. And I was like, oh wow, that is so deep. And it made me think that's exactly the disconnect between left and right. And and you can see that whether you watch any mainstream media, whether it's right or left, Fox News, CNN, there's little to zero to negative empathy. I mean, it's just not there. And what usually is concluded is the other side is either completely incompetent or they're evil. And that's what they conclude, that's what they push, to the point where they want to. They say that their words are violent, and then they actually come with real violence and bring physical harm, if not death. I mean, so this is it's gotten out of hand. Our country is way out of hand.
And something that I've told Eric that we're probably going to go into on an episode is I definitely think the divisiveness is a feature and not a bug of how society is being designed and orchestrated to deal with each other.
Essentially, it's a feature that is presented in mainstream media. They are intentionally antagonizing. If it bleeds, it leads. That's what they're going with. That's what they're pushing. And people are sitting at home just being agitated. The
AI algorithms have amplified it drastically as well.
Really?
Yeah.
My intention, our intention for this podcast is to bridge the gap between the left and right. Try to bring some humanity back to society, and to rid ourselves of this madness. To realize that people are more important than things. People are more important than your political view on any one topic.
Yeah.
And bring some humanity back. That's just it.
Yeah, learn how to disagree with people respectfully and with grace, as opposed to trying to win. Try to find out how the other person has got to where they're so wrong.
Yeah.
And when you learn how they got there, it may change your perspective on where you're at on your side of the argument.
Yes. Grace is so prevalent. We need to be able to want to love the person. The second greatest commandment from Jesus Christ himself is to love your neighbor as yourself. To love them more than you've got to love the person more than you love to be right, and put that into practice. And that requires offering a little bit of grace and room for them to ponder, to contemplate issues, and to consider things. Don't require immediate change of mind when you're talking about these complex issues that we have in politics.
I think we're gonna nail it. I think we're gonna do this, and you guys are gonna be like, "What? People talking about this in such a very articulate, thoughtful, compassionate way?" Yes, please.
I don't know that I'm that confident. I want to offer a step in that direction and see if over time, especially with feedback from the public, as we set up ways to communicate, whether we're create a page on Reddit or have email addresses, but get some feedback. We may talk about a certain point and try to bridge that gap, and y'all maybe give some feedback. Hey, you missed this point, or you're not considering why your opposing view has this position because of these two things.
Yeah.
And we definitely don't have all the answers. But this is my sister. I do love her. We actually have a great rapport. We have a natural and intentional respect for one another. Yes. So I feel I hate all these topics that that politics has to deal with. Illegal immigration. How do you deal with that? DEI, transgender, what is a woman, homosexuality,
police brutality, Trump derangement syndrome.
Yes, all the things. It's very confrontational. I feel extremely safe with my sister. She's very gifted. She's very patient. She's very gracious. She's very articulate. She's very smart.
That's too much.
So it's easy for me to talk with her. The Karens and all the yeah, blue-haired, purple-haired, raging people in the world that aren't racist, that are mean, that are spiteful, that appear ignorant or prejudiced or whatever. It's hard. Struggle's real. It's very real.
There's got to be a better way.
Okay, so back to what my son said. People making decisions off of emotion and establishing their position off of emotion, they're not going to be, overruled by logic. So I started thinking, something that I've taught, in the church for years is something that I think may be helpful as we approach politics. The way you think and believe determines how you feel.
Yeah.
And how you feel determines how you act. And you can stretch that out, how you act determines your habits, and your habits determine, your legacy, your destiny. But so it all starts with how you think and believe.
Yeah.
And an open mind is good. So is an open window, but we keep a screen on it to keep the bugs out. So you gotta be careful on where you go with things. I think of a good example about people making decisions off of emotion. Like you see somebody that buys a new car. Hey, why'd you buy a new car? Oh, it's on sale. Or 0% financing, or all these safety features.
Yeah.
It's like, is that really why you bought that car? Really deep down, if they did some soul searching, it would be more like, well, I feel important. I feel accomplished. I feel cool.
I decided to buy it because it made me feel fancy, and then I found reasons to say I bought it.
Right. People, they make decisions off of emotion, and then they justify their position with logic that aren't the true reasons. So I wanted to apply that to some of these political positions and see if we can just get real.
And I think that's something that you and I both have that is very rare, is that neither one of us embarrass. We don't. I'm always confused if I have too much humility or no humility, but I can't be embarrassed. And we're both very good at saying, hey, I'm an idiot. Let me ask this weird question. And it doesn't bother us because we're secure in ourselves.
It requires a measure of security. And I think especially with each other, we feel secure with each other. I know you're not going to attack me to harm me. But the cool thing is we both are in pursuit of truth.
Correct.
You are on the left side, I'm on the right side, but we're both pursuing truth. And if you're correcting me, it's not because you hate me. It's not because you want harm for me. It's because you see that I'm in error. And the best way to help me is to point me to truth. And it's just like parenting. Just because I correct my child when he puts his, wants to put his finger in the outlet, I'm not hating him because I'm disagreeing with him. I'm helping him.
Yeah.
So we naturally have that. Society, I want society to get back to that.
I concur.
Okay, so let's do that. I'll tell you another great analogy to illustrate this premise. This is so many years ago. This clicked with me so great as far as the way you think and believe determines how you feel, and how you feel determines how you act. Consider two guys going down a trail. They're just hiking, and then out of nowhere, one of them goes, "Whoa, snake!" And he looks down and sees a snake. He freaks out, gets a jolt of adrenaline, turns and starts running. He got in fight or flight. He's like, I'm not going to fight the snake. I'm leaving. He starts running, screaming, and then his friend says, dude, what are you doing? What are you doing? He's like, snake. He's like, dude. He reaches down, picks up. It's a stick.
Yeah.
It's a stick. The guy looks, he's embarrassed. He's relieved, but, he feels silly. His adrenaline subsides, and, the whole situation has completely changed. But what has changed in reality? In reality, nothing changed. It was always a stick. His perception changed. His understanding changed.
The information he had to process.
What he thought and what he believed that what I just saw was dangerous. This is going to harm me. And in reality, it didn't. And I think that's so applicable to us in this day and age. We are so our imagination just runs wild, and we think and believe things that are just way off kilter of reality. And I think if we can understand things better and understand truth better, it's going to help change the way we feel and change the way we behave, especially with each other.
I think also with technology, everyone's able to have so much stimulus all day, every day, of just constant input. And with that, we get into the cancel culture because you can't process or like see all the nuance of everything. So people are just clicking through and being like snake, snake, stick, snake, stick, snake, stick. And they're not actually going through and looking at what they're looking at to verify if it was a snake or if it was a stick.
Yeah.
Or, is this just a bad picture?
Yeah. Yeah. It's not just a worthless stick. This is a stick you can pick up. You can make it into a sword. Hey, I can build a cabin out of this. I don't know. Let's be creative with the resources that we have. That's it in a nutshell. Anything else for the intro?
I'm looking forward to it. We're going to probably do a bunch of extreme topics that we can't possibly cover the entire thing in one episode, but we're going to try to find middle ground on topics that we know we disagree on, and that way we can just get closer to a middle ground on it to find out where the other one's coming from, and it should be pretty interesting. I'm excited.
Yeah, look forward to you joining us, and we'll see what shakes out.